Welkom terug. Nou, jy ken hom dalk van sy Prime Circle daar, maar hy is ook nou 'n solo kunstenaar. Ross Learmonth is vanoggend op die geelbank om te praat oor sy splinter nuwe musiek. Good morning, Ross.
Morning. How are you?
Good in yourself.
Very good. Good to be here.
Lovely to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have to start. I read over the weekend you guys did a wonderful Johnny Clegg tribute show.
Yeah.
How was that?
Amazing. It was good to see all the musicians together again, and like Karen Zoid, she was just running around on stage, and everyone just like watching each other on the side of the stage, and just everyone enjoying each other and being fans. I love being in an industry where we're actually fans of each other. You know, it's nice. We're all rooting for each other. I think it's
Yeah,
great.
that's nice, especially in at like a tribute event like this. It's nice just to step. Probably, I'm also part of you, but I'm not. It should be nice, I think, just to be able to step out of the industry box, the working and grinding box, and just enjoy it.
Yeah, like really be about the music and what Johnny wrote. All of us did one of Johnny's songs. So it was kind of like a nice tie-in with everyone doing their version and telling their story, and then coming off stage and everyone just like fanning each other, It was great. Really, really, what an amazing achievement to put that show on and celebrate a man like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do think it was really nice because you also said on your social media it was really nice that you all support each other. And I think after all these years in the music industry, what do you still enjoy the most about the industry?
I think it's always the next thing. I think that's always the chase, isn't it? It's like, what is now? Like you're always gearing up for your best move, I think that's the thing. Like, what's the next song, the chase of the next tour, the next show. So it's sad to think like that as well, because you just got to enjoy the moment sometimes, but it's always that chase of the next move,
But that's very exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, living for the next moment, building the next thing.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of energy.
It does.
Where do you get that from?
I don't know. These days it's just more like, I think it was that kind of that big reset that the world had. Sort of nice to sort of plan your next moves and where you're going to be and who you are as a person, just to be able to sort of be disarmed and just figure it out again, so yeah.
So you've also kicked off your solo career now. Why now?
I've been trying to do it for years. I love my band. I love Prime Circle. I don't want to stop that from happening. I've been writing songs for years, and then a lot of them end up on the Prime Circle because we'll be touring and we'll put an album together, and it's the right time, and there's always something exciting happening with the band. And I just said to the guys after all this time, I just needed to do it, and I wanted to do something different. So the music does sound different. I've definitely gone after new sounds and stuff, but I really just wanted to do it. I didn't want to have to say one day that all I did was Prime Circle. So I want to be able to say that I branched out. It makes it easier for me to travel. I'm about to go on a European tour. It makes it easier to collaborate as well. I think sometimes having so many people in a room.
Yeah.
And then when I do go back to the band, it's going to be more of an epic return, I think. When we do those shows again, it's that celebrating and enjoying each other more. So that's the plan, yeah.
Just add more dimension to everything.
Definitely, yeah. I just think after 21 years of Prime Circle, it's going to be exciting to be able to put different hats on and paint with different brushes,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You mentioned that it also gives you the opportunity to collaborate more. Who are some of the people that you would like to collaborate with?
Right now, I just want to write with as many people. That's something I always boxed myself off in terms of songwriting. I always was a bit of an island. I'd either work with a band or I'd work with a producer. Now it's, I've been writing with a lot of people, like Munga K, definitely. I love working with him. But there's a lot of people on the cards, so I don't want to leave anyone out. But writing, songwriting, and then just putting stuff out as much as possible. Yeah.
A dear friend of mine, which is also a breakfast TV presenter on this channel with someone else, Leon Grop, also a guitarist.
Yeah.
He's a fan of trail running.
Yes.
And I believe you are one as well.
Yeah, recently. It took the world to end for me to get healthy. Like, okay, maybe now I can see like this, but I decided to get healthy and started running because I think it was when you're told that you can't do something, then the rebel in me wants to do it. So then I just started running, and all that stuff that's in your mind, and it sort of helps with that. And did trail running. I recently did the Pondo Trail, which is amazing. The Wild Coast. It's a place to be really cherished and preserved. It's it's wild, and we know that Shell's been trying to get in there, and we recently beat them. So it's nice to keep things wild sometimes. So people must. There's a lot of amazing trail runs in this country. Yeah.
You also got injured in this one, but you said you're back next year.
It's now my nemesis. Yeah, I'll have to return every year until I get it right. Limp Bizkit through the end, you know? Yeah.
Ross, you mentioned your European tour coming up. Where are you going to go?
I'm going to be going to Germany for one show. A lot of people are quite annoyed with me, but it's just I have to go in for one show just because of time limits.
Yeah.
A lot of my Scottish stuff has now changed. It's moved to a different time. Unfortunate with promoters. But I'll be in London and Germany, and I'm going down to Bournemouth as well. So it's going to be great. I'm still going up to Scotland, so maybe some secret shows will happen. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's exciting. Tell us about the single, Wild. How was it received?
Wild's been amazing. I've had that song for 4 years.
Wow.
I wrote that in Nashville with a guy called John Green, and it was quite an amazing experience to work with someone like that, because he'd worked with James Bay and Lady Antebellum and some amazing artists. So to work with him was really incredible. And then I sat with the song and I didn't know how to put it out and which way. And like in a piano format, I think would be quite prime circle. So I wanted to try and mix it up. So I finally settled on a more exciting approach to it and put it out. And it's been received so well. I'm really, really grateful. And now Screaming's coming out this Friday, brand new single. Yeah.
Wow, we are looking. What can we expect from it? Is it similar to Wild?
No, it's very different.
Oh,
it's one of those things where I had to push my edges and figure out something different about myself. It's a little bit more dancey. It's a little bit more kind of disco as well. It's also about, it's pushing those questions about sort of jumping off the edge and doing something new and crazy, but then celebrating that it actually works out, you know, those kind of scary moments.
That almost, should I say, change in style and genre, style in the approach of it.
Yeah.
You're not scared of that?
It's terrifying, but that's the cool part about it. I think it's like that you have to change it up. And I think if I brought out a Prime Circle sounding record, that would be a disservice to my band. And I think people would expect, you know, they'd be a bit disappointed. So it's also pushing me as a musician, as an artist, to try and do something different. So everything is intentional. All the moves on here is very intentional. A lot more wind instruments, a lot more kind of different feel, different hat. Yeah.
Wow, that's very interesting. Is that the plan going forward for the rest of the year, just to keep releasing singles? Can we keep looking forward to that?
Yeah, I've been saying it for years, man. We've been bringing out albums, and you lose so many of your kids in that way, you know, like these songs that you cherish, and they sort of get lost in the void because so it's one song at a time, giving each one its due, and then maybe at the end of the year I'll do a big release and a big tour, and I would love to put a big band together as well, so... Yeah. You
referred now to the European tour. One show in Germany, a couple of Scottish dates have moved, you said.
Yes.
Anything else that's happening?
I'm going to be there putting stuff together, but when I get back, I'm going to be touring quite hard as well with the band as well as on my solo stuff. So putting a brand new band together, it's going to have that new car smell and everything.
Wow, I just want to say, I don't know where you get time to rest or do your trail runs, because doing the solo career and doing the band and everything and touring overseas and coming back here and touring, I don't know, when do you get time to rest?
I don't know. Still boxing as well. I played with Francois the other day, and he sort of walked up and asked when we'd be fighting. So I don't know, maybe he's pushing some buttons. Let's see what happens there. Yeah.
Would you do that again?
I don't know. Maybe. It's all in good fun. I think that if we did it again, I think Francois and myself would both... we'd need to take some time off afterwards because we'd be a bit kisier.
Looking back at your career, did you think, like we're sitting now today, you would have such a successful career with your band and have your solo career and first single out, second single coming out this Friday?
It's crazy. It goes fast. Everything goes fast. I can't believe we're 21. You know, as a band, I can't believe that this is now the second single's out. It does move fast, but it's always great to see that it's more than you expected. You know, that's what you always hope for. You know?
But ending it off, going somewhere at the end, you say it's more than you expected. What are you seeing in the future? Eventually, what's the aim? Are you going to relax at some stage?
Yeah.
Or are you going to keep creating at this pace?
I think I'd love to keep creating at this pace. I'd like to speed it up even more.
What?
I create, I paint as well, so maybe adding that. I'm a writer. I just want to try and do as much as I can, you know, in the time that we have. And just be be putting more and more stuff out. Yeah.
You're a true inspiration to all creatives.
Thank
really.
you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Ross, you're going to be performing for us a little bit later. What are you going to be performing for us?
A stripped-down version of Wild. This is like a very close to the original that I wrote in Nashville, so it's a mixture of the two songs.
Oh, we're really looking forward to that. And thank you so much for visiting and just chatting about your music career with us.
Thank you for having me.
Daar het jy dit. Dit is natuurlik Ross en bly geskakel, want bietjie later gaan hy natuurlik vir ons daai liedjie sing.